Hey AceTrainers, Pokemon Ral here. We're back again with learning the meta. This time we're in NU, and we're just jumping right in. I've got Bastiodon up in the beginning against a Zeb Striker. He's got 0 HP investments, which will come into play a little later. But he is completely defensive, and he's walling the crap out of this thing. I jumped right in to the NU because I felt like with all the changes in the metagame on Showdown, I just wanted to get a feel for it rather than giving you guys a couple episodes of me watching other people play before I develop myself in there. And I figured that this would be the best way, even if I lost, to get a feel for everything. Zeb Strike is interesting. I don't know why he's not using any stab moves. Either he doesn't have them and he's going for something a little awkward, or he believes I'm ground type and steel, which might be a little new player thing, might be a little bit of both. Bastiodon's leftovers are just keeping him straight up, and I'm just trying to stall out this little Zeb Strike and see what it's got, not raise its attack too much. Trying to think about what I can do to get him out of here. My Stone Edges are not hitting for crap. I've actually renamed Bastiodon Derp Tank after this session because he can take hits, but God, if he can hit, it'd be lovely. Jeezer sends out Rapidash next, Flame Charge for the neutral damage. I guess he's trying to build himself up. I don't really see the point of it, especially when he knows I have Stone Edge and can completely cripple this guy. And I have to say, having used Bastiodon before in Gen 5 battles, and seeing it generally just get 1 to 2 shot, it's surprising to me to have it live so long, much less take out 2 Pokemon. I'm completely at a loss as to what's going on. The Giraffe Rig comes out. I know that I can wall off any of its stab attacks, but I know that a Shadow Ball will completely ruin me, and he's just going to use me to set up here. So knowing that I have something to outspeed it in a familiar face Tauros, I, after a few outrages that carry over, decide to go into the Iron Tail, trying for the defense loss so that no matter what, this thing will go away next turn. But I don't get anything off of it, and yet again, using low hit rate moves, Derp Tank, aka Bastiodon, is going to fail us at a crucial moment yet again, in addition to his 3 turns of not hitting anything at the beginning of the match. But even if I can't take out the Giraffe Rig, Bastiodon has taken out 3 opponents, well, 2.5 opponents, we'll say, and there's the critical miss. Future Sight Shreks me, and it's time to go into a familiar face with a familiar moveset. It's a little wasted on him, and I don't have it banded this time so that it has versatility. I don't want to stay in against the Stantler though, so I swap out to Politoed, and yet again my hit rate woes continue on. Focus Blast miss. He bounces. I didn't even know Stantler could get bounced, but I see it so rarely, so I don't feel bad for myself. I go for the Scald knowing it'll hit and hoping for the burn. It doesn't happen, and the Citrus Berry procs though, so it's good. His Stab Last Resort, I'm loving that move from my plays on Pokebattle, but I haven't found a chance to use it here. Tauros has a chance to come back in and re-retaliate, and that's a dead Stantler. Persian's out. I EQ it for a huge amount of damage. I don't know why he used Bite instead of something like Return that would have ruinized me, but it's whatever. Get the Earthquake off. Liprid's out. I've been fearing this thing is a prankster all game, so I've been keeping a lot of things fully healed, but it doesn't use it. It just goes in for a Dark Pulse crit when it doesn't matter at all. Put out the Acelgor. If he has any derpy things he wants to do, Acelgor can take it and then finish him off. I wasn't too worried. So that was our first win. 31 turns, not horrible. Next up, we have another battle. This time with Mr. Fail. I'm sorry. I lead with the Vastiodon again. Get roared out immediately after setting up my rocks into Sock, which I don't mind at all. Close combat puts a giant amount of punishment on a physical wall. So I'm happy. The Toxic comes out. I'm not going to keep Sock in. He's choiced anyways. So I'm just going to close combat to finish this up. See what he has to be his switch in and get the hell out of here. Swalot. Alright, so I know this thing's very defensive, so I'm going to out-defense it. I have a feeling he's running this stockpile swallow option, probably with Pain Split or some other form of recovery, maybe not swallow. So far we've seen stockpile, substitute, he's got Pain Split, and then probably Toxic for stall. He just tried to Pain Split and it did nothing because like I said before, the no HP investment would come into play. It comes into play right here. Bastiodon has almost 425 in both defenses, but only 260 something HP. So it doesn't matter when the Pain Split happens here. And I realize what's going on, and I'm like, wait a minute, I can outlast him. Eventually, he's gonna run out of moves or just struggle. So why am I attacking the substitute? He's gonna be forced to switch out due to lack of ability to do anything. So I realize my folly pretty quick here, but for a few turns it's gonna be just watching me peel paint off a wall in the slowest way possible. And I apologize for that, but he finally gets the message that I'm not doing anything. He switches out to Ludicolo. I set up another outrage because I was just gonna use it worthlessly on his Swalot just to burn turns. But it's not doing as much as I would like. I kind of wish that I would have Stone Edged again, but I didn't predict the switch well enough. Woof the Hydro Pump. If I would have been Stone Edging, I probably could have 3-shot this and gotten out with enough HP to kind of stick around for the next fight, but it's okay. At this point in the game, I don't know if you can predict what's coming out, but it's not what you think. It's not Tauros. I thought about it, but I realized that he could just predict what's happening and go into the Drifloon, so I threw out the Bug Buzz, absolutely ruinized him. I have Hidden Power Ground, which I don't think he expected. He starts stockpiling up now that my anti-wall on him is here. I know he's got a substitute, and I know I have sound moves, which go through substitute, so a little bit of planning here. Pain Split goes off, and I realize that Chatot has more HP than Bastiodon, and I'm frightened with my choices in life. Excuse me, but the confusion gets him off, and I land a critical, ignoring his defenses, and the crit hacks finishes him off. So I'm very, very happy here. Seviper's out, another chatter, another confusion. He's a Specs Chatot, so these things are not only stab. I completely went stupid here, and I thought that Chatter was a normal type move, so I switched out to Sock for absolutely no reason other than derp. So like I said, this is learning the meta, not I'm amazing at everything, but the knockoff is still effective enough to absolutely destroy him, and he forfeits the battle. Thank you guys for watching, and we hope to see you next time.